But what we're going to talk about in today's episode, we're going to look at Treysen Eaglestaff, the commitment that most West Virginia fans have been waiting for. We were all excited about potentially landing this elite scorer, one of the most elite scorers in college basketball, someone who was very heavily recruited out of the transfer portal by a lot of P4 programs, including Kentucky, Gonzaga, Kansas, and others. Had previously committed to South Carolina before decommitting and then deciding to come to Morgantown. Again, like I said, he was very heavily recruited out of the portal by Kentucky. Wanted him, Kansas wanted him. Actually, I think he may have even taken a visit to Kentucky. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the commitment West Virginia fans have been waiting for. He averaged about 19 a game for North Dakota last year. He's an absolutely elite scorer, can score at any level, whether it be taking it to the hoop, mid-range, and he really excels from behind the three-point line. And he's just an elite scorer. There's really no other way to put it. There's not really a scoring area he can't score from on the court. I mean, he's hit 10 threes deeper than 25 feet, so he has long range. Excuse me. He can shoot over people. He's 6'6", so he has size and length. He's a lengthy wing, a lengthy guard. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Coach Hodge go with a 3-guard lineup with him and Honor Huff, another guy who can shoot the basketball really well. Exciting times in Morgantown because Eaglestaff is a huge, huge pickup for this team. Let me go ahead and do a screen share here, and we'll take a look at the article that was written over at my website by Braxton Fuller. He did a really good job of just doing a brief breakdown of what this means for West Virginia and their program to get this commitment from Eaglestaff. Hey, do me a favor. Go check out my good friends over at Appalachia Digital. If you need a brand new website for your small business, or if you're just looking to get found easier on Google, go check out appalachiadigital.com/Couz. These are the fine folks who designed my brand new website over at wvsportschat.com. They did a fantastic job. I love their work. I think you will too. So go check them out. appalachiadigital.com/Couz. Let them know Couz sent you. I also want to thank them for supporting my work here at Couz's Corner and at Hoops from the Hills. Now let's get back to the show. But it says, this obviously came out last night. It said, breaking, WVU basketball lands elite score from transfer portal. If WVU basketball fans weren't excited, they should be now. Any fan who was concerned about Ross Hodges' ability to recruit can now relax. The former South Carolina commit, Treysen Eaglestaff, has committed to the Mountaineers. It was first reported by Joe Tipton of On3. I want to also recognize Jeff Goodman from over at the Field of 68. He was also one of the first ones on this story. It says a 6'6" junior chose West Virginia over a handful of Power 4 schools, including Kentucky. The former North Dakota star is coming off a season where he averaged 18.9 points per game, 2.8 rebounds per game, 2.4 assists per game, and 1.1 steals per game. Eaglestaff will be a perfect fit for what Ross Hodge is building in Morgantown. And I also want to point out he scored 40 points in a game against Alabama early this past season, and he had a 51-point performance against San Diego State. So he has put 40 plus in 2 different games, including one against a team who made it to the Elite Eight in Alabama, and who by the way, also happens to play really, really good defense. So he put up 41 points against one of the better defensive teams in the country. I'm sorry, 40 points against one of the better defensive teams in the country. So just an absolute stud of a scorer is Treysen Eaglestaff. When you look at his numbers here, outside of just the standard stats, he shoots 42% from on top of the key three-pointers. And he takes about 22% of his field goal attempts come from that spot. So he likes the top of the key three. That's really where he's going to try to get majority of his shots. But like I said, he can score from anywhere. He can score from the wing. He can score from the corner. He can take it off the bounce and shoot a spot up from mid-range. He can do all kinds of things. He can catch and shoot. And he's also really good at scoring off ball screens. He's in the top 81 percentile in the country in scoring as the ball screen handler. So they come up, set him a ball screen. He can score off of that really well. I mentioned the 10 threes deeper than 25 feet. And he's also 83rd percentile in the country in scoring off isolation. So again, he's just a really, really good scorer, a great scorer, I would say, from about anywhere on the court. He can score with the ball in his hands. He can shoot a spot up, catch and shoot, doesn't matter. Treysen Eaglestaff can score the basketball. He can drive it to the lane and score, but he's going to make most of his money, so to speak, shooting three-pointers. That's really where he excels at, and that's what in my opinion, is going to benefit. And let's not look past the fact that he averaged over 1.1 steals a game. We all know that Ross Hodge loves defense. He's trying to model his team after Houston, who just made it to the national championship game and was darn near close to winning the thing. But he's trying to model his team after Houston, and what better way to do that than a guy who's 6'6" with length, who can shoot and also play defense. He can help cut off passing lanes and create a lot of havoc for the guys he's guarding. So I don't want to underestimate his defense here. We get focused in on the shooting and the scoring, which is awesome, right? That's what we fans get excited about. But we don't want to overlook his ability to steal the basketball and make plays on the defensive end of the court. He's also really good in dribble handoffs. He's really good in dribble handoff situations. And then another area of his game that's I think might be underrated is his passing ability. When I watch his tape over at College Basketball Scouting on YouTube, I'll leave a link to that, by the way. But when I watched it, man, his ability to pass the basketball is really, really good. Teams obviously are going to focus on him when he has a basketball in his hands. Defense can pull out. They might try to double team. He can, and with his size, he's going to be taller than some guys that are guarding him. He can dump it right down to someone cutting to the basket, right? Someone maybe the big man who might be cutting off a pick and roll. He's really good at finding guys in the paint and finding other guys to distribute the ball to. So he's not just a scorer. He's a good basketball player who happens to be an elite scorer. Now, will that elite scoring translate to the Power 4 level? I think it will. Now, is he going to average 19 a game? Probably not. But if he can average 14, 15 a game in the Big 12, that's going to go a long way. And he might not even have to do that. With Honor Huff also being a great scorer and some other guys that they've brought in like Lorient and Fields and others, more, not to mention, he's going to have help. He's not going to be relied on to be the only scorer on this team. And I think that's important also to mention. So even if he can score 12, 13 a game, I think, his ability to shoot the ball is going to translate to the Power 4 level. But I'm just really excited about this. Another great piece to the puzzle that Ross Hodge is putting together. They now have a big in Obioha. They have an athletic forward in Lorient, another athletic forward in Fields. Guys who can score. Both of those guys are good at scoring around the rim, even above the rim. You've got a point guard in Jasper Floyd who can distribute the ball well. You've got two elite shooters now in both Eaglestaff and in Honor Huff. You've got, they're crossing off boxes. Now, I'd like to see him go out and get another big. They need more depth at that position. And I'd also like to see him get a little more depth at the point guard spot as well. But they still have about 6 or 7 roster spots they have to fill out from the transfer portal. So be on the lookout for more moves that Coach Hodge and his staff might be making here very soon. But those are my thoughts on Treysen Eaglestaff. Again, very exciting time to be a West Virginia basketball fan because Ross Hodge is absolutely killing it in the transfer portal right now.